Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Linda. Welcome to my kitchen, Pinky Moss Cakes, Cookies, and Candy, also known as Pinky Moss Sisters in the Kitchen. And it's my turn to cook by myself today on Monday. I hope y'all can't hear the lawnmower outside. Mike's up there mowing. So today I'm doing something different. This is the summertime, and I may have to go out there and tell him to get away from the house. I didn't know he was going to be right by the window. People grill a lot during the summertime. You know, we cook different during the summer than we do in the winter. We tend to cook, we tend to grill out. And I'm not a grill person myself. Y'all know that I don't like standing out in the heat and swatting bugs. I'd rather be at my stove and grill in a grill pan. But a lot of people do enjoy grilling, and they grill at lakes and at picnics and family gatherings and whatever, so church events. So what I'm going to do today is I have 4 different grill seasonings that we're going to put together. You know, sometimes you just don't know what goes with what when you're, if you're cooking fish, or if you're cooking chicken, or if you're cooking steak, or if you're cooking ribs. So I've got 4 different ones that we're going to do today. And I hope that y'all don't get bored, because some of you may say, well, you know, I know how to do that. Please stay with me, because, you know, you might pick up a hint or two, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So this won't be a real long program today, I don't think, but Mary's at home, of course, and I've already talked to her and Carla both this morning, and we'll be at Mary's house tomorrow, Lord willing, her cooking something. But I would like for everyone, Carla's on the other end monitoring, so thank you, Carla. I would like for everyone to list the state that you're watching from. We're going to do a little giveaway toward the end. So if you're not used to commenting, make sure that you do comment the state that you're watching. You don't have to say the town, just say the state, and we're going to do a little giveaway later. So the first one that I'm going to do, and these are on the members page, for those of you who are members, for those of you who are not, I will give the ingredients. So if you want to write them down, or if you want to come back and rewatch the video and write them down, you can. That mowing is just going to totally get on my nerves. I don't know why I didn't tell him to start at the road first instead of starting at the house, but he's trying to finish before it starts raining. So some of y'all watched me Saturday when I did the Boston cream pie, and thank you very much for watching that. I delivered that yesterday with the meal that I fixed for one of my local friends here in town. So the first seasoning that we're going to start off with is, not that one. We're going to start off with a chicken seasoning. And, you know, we say this a lot, and I especially say it a lot. If there's some of these seasonings that your family doesn't like, you can always substitute. This is just some recipes that I put together and that I have. So the first one we're going to do is chicken seasoning, and we're going to need 1/4 cup of dry mustard. I've got mustard in 2 different containers here, so I'm going to get a little bowl here to put all this in. I'm going to use this one first. Y'all are going to see I've got all different brands of spices here. 1/4 cup of dry mustard. So, and you'd be surprised what this dry mustard does. It really does kick things up and give a good flavor to stuff. I didn't get out a teaspoon, and I should have. Let me grab a teaspoon or 2. And also, spices do go out of date. If you, some grocery stores, you can buy spices in bulk. And if you do that, it's good to keep them, any excess spices that you have, it's good to keep them in your freezer. Make sure they're in a freezer bag, not just a regular bag, and that will keep them fresh longer. So, okay, we got 1/4 cup of that. I'm going to put this aside because we're going to use that in another one of the recipes too. I got my little whisk here. And then I need 1/4 cup of herbes de Provence. Is that how you say it? Herbes de Provence. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right or not. This is Pampered Chef. And this has got, it's salt-free. It has thyme, fennel, rosemary, and lavender in it. And it tells you on the back you can put it on poultry, beef, and pork to roast. So we're going to do 1/4 cup of this. Now this is going to make quite a bit of seasoning. I almost started to cut these in half, but I have a feeling I'm going to give these to someone. So I'm not quite feeling that full, but this is to do a lot of different seasonings. This is to have in your pantry for, you could probably use them for more than one cooking depending on how much you were cooking. So and then next we're going to do a tablespoon of onion powder, and I got that right here, and this is fresh. I just bought this the other day. And then let's see, a tablespoon of black pepper. Oh, a tablespoon of garlic powder. Let me get my garlic powder in there first. And again, I just bought some of these the other day because I wanted them to be fresh. I'm not feeling these totally full, but I'm getting them pretty full. Okay, we want a tablespoon of black pepper. And I'm going to use another tablespoon for that. Y'all know I love black pepper. Okay, and then we're going to do a tablespoon of sea salt. And this is coarse sea salt that I'm using. If you want to use flake, I save my flake for my baking. But you can use, you can grind this in a grinder if you want to get it a little bit more, if you want to get it a little bit finer. And then a teaspoon of dill weed, and this is Pampered Chef also. This is really good. I love dill weed, and I love the smell of it. I love the taste of it. I love anything dill. And this is oh, it smells so good. And then 2 teaspoons of dried parsley. And this is off-brand here that I'm using, but that's okay. You can use off-brands. It doesn't all have to be name brand stuff. I'm going to leave that off because some of these spices I'm going to use over. So we're just going to kind of stir it together. And I got out some little jars here that I used a long time ago for spices. I bought a whole case of them, and I washed them and cleaned them last night to put these in. There's a little bit of lumps in this, and I don't want those lumps in there. And I had planned to put these in these jars, but this is too much to put in the jars, and I realized that after I started looking at the ingredients again this morning. But this is for chicken. So when you're seasoning your protein, you need to make sure that you generously season it, that you generously rub it with the seasonings on both sides. A lot of times you think that you're putting too much on it, but that's what makes it good. So this made here, it looks like about maybe 3/4 of a cup. And it smells wonderful. So I'm going to set that aside. That's our first one. And these are the little jars I was talking about, and they're glass. And these would work fine, except this is too much to put in here. So I'm going to probably put these in a a really good storage bag, like a freezer storage bag, and label them and date them and put them in my freezer, the ones that I don't give away. Okay, so now we're going to do a steak seasoning, and with it we're going to use 1/4 cup of crushed peppercorns. And this is actually got peppercorns and garlic in it. This is another one of our peppered chef spices. So this is, let's see, this has garlic powder in it. So I'm going to leave out the garlic because this has got garlic in it. So that's 1/4 cup there. And then we're going to do 1/4 cup of sea salt, which seems like a lot of salt. So I'm going to put down on the salt. I'm not going to put as much in it. You can also adjust your salt too if you don't want to put that much salt on it. I'm going to use about 1/8 cup just because I don't want it to be too salty. And then 2 tablespoons of onion powder. And again, I'm using some of the same seasonings. And this is the steak rub. And then 1 tablespoon of crushed red peppers. Where's my peppers at? There they are. I'm about to use this one. I've got another one in the cabinet. And then 2 teaspoons of dry mustard. So we're going to use some more mustard. We're going to use teaspoons this time. Now this would be good on a ribeye, a porterhouse, a T-bone, sirloin, whatever kind of steaks your family cooks, filet mignon. I'm not a steak person. Y'all have heard me say that many times. I'd much rather have a grilled chicken breast or grilled pork chop than a steak. But Mike likes steaks, and his favorite steak has always been ribeye. But then I started buying the little filet mignons, and Walmart has them packaged where they're almost like little medallions, and they are expensive, but they're solid meat. So about 2 of those little medallions is really a meal. So 1 package you can get 3 meals out of. So this is your steak seasoning. It's 1/4 cup of crushed peppercorns. I did do 1/8 cup of coarse sea salt, 2 tablespoons of onion powder. I did not put any garlic powder in here because the peppercorns has garlic in it. But if you're using just plain crushed peppercorns, you would also want to put 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, and then 2 teaspoons of dry mustard powder. So there's your steak seasoning. And when you make these, you definitely want to label them. You want to label them so you can, so you know what's in the freezer or in your pantry, wherever you store it at. Next, we're going to do a rib rub. A rib rub. That's a tongue twister. So with this rib rub, and y'all know that we are sponsored by Imperial Sugar, and I'm using Imperial dark brown sugar. The dark brown sugar has more of a molasses taste to it versus the light, so it's going to give it a deep, richer flavor. You want to pack your cup, and this is 1/3 cup. And then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of sea salt. And again, this is going on, you know, like a lot of meat. It's not all this is not going to be on the same, like just for one person. I want to punch that thing down in there. So let's see here, 2 tablespoons. And one of the things about, and I'm not, you know, I'm not a steak eater. I've already said that before. But you want a good crust on your steak, and these seasonings are going to do that. Well, actually, this is ribs, but the seasonings will do it on the steak, chicken, or ribs, whatever you're doing. And then 2 tablespoons of black pepper. Now, I know this sounds like a lot. If you don't like black pepper like I do, you don't want to use that much, well, you can cut down on it. And then 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. And then a tablespoon of smoked paprika. So let me get my paprika. And this is not smoked. I thought I had some smoked and I didn't. But I am going to add a little bit of smoked sea salt in this. Just a little, because I've already got salt in it. I don't want to put this down in there. Just put a little bit more in there. Okay, so since this is not smoked, I want to have it a little smoky flavor. So this is just Walmart's brand. It's smoked sea salt. And again, I'm not going to put a whole lot in it because it does have salt in it. But this has a really, really good smoky flavor to it. And I'm just going to add about a half a teaspoon to that. This is also something that you could use to get a smoked flavor. This is mesquite salt and pepper, so you could substitute anything that you have in your pantry that's got a smoky or like mesquite or smoky applewood. Pampered Chef has 2 or 3 of them. The smoky applewood I love. Also, you could do chipotle or you could do the smoky barbecue, depending on what your taste is. Okay, so make sure I've got all the ingredients in that. Okay. So we got, this is for the rib rub, a third cup of dark brown imperial sugar, 2 tablespoons of sea salt, 2 tablespoons of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, and a tablespoon of smoked paprika. And I put about a half a teaspoon of smoked sea salt in mine. Now this is a little bit clumpy, and I'm not going to do this on air. But I'm going to wash my hands and just get my hands in this to make sure there's all these little clumps are smooth and even. But this is your rib rub. I wish y'all could smell all of this. It smells so good. That's real garlicky. And now this is not, if I was doing a whole bunch of ribs like this, I think this would probably be enough for maybe 1.5 racks of ribs. If you're going to cook a lot of ribs, you're probably going to want to double this recipe. So that's that one. And then we've got one more, which is blackened seasoning. And this is going to be something that you can do blackened chicken or blackened fish with. And we're going to start with 1/3 cup of paprika. Where'd my paprika go? Right here. Mike's going to wonder where all of his seasonings went. Now this is going to be a lot here. And I'm not going to put quite 1/3 cup. Just because I'm using all my stuff. Okay, 2 tablespoons of sea salt, which I won't put quite 2 tablespoons. I'm going to put about 1.5 tablespoons because I'm not using quite as much paprika, and I don't want the salt to overpower it. And then 2 tablespoons of onion powder. And again, I'm not going to do completely too, woo! I'll just put a little bit more in that. I'm not dipping my tablespoon in my spices for a reason. I don't want to cross-contaminate them. And then 2 tablespoons full of garlic powder. And again, I'm not going to use quite 2 tablespoons. I probably used about 1.5 tablespoons. And then a tablespoon of cayenne. And this is going to be probably a lot of cayenne for most people. So I'm not going to put 1 tablespoon. I'm going to put about 1/2 tablespoon. But again, this is for more than 1 piece of meat. It's for several pieces of meat. And then we've got tablespoon of black pepper, and a tablespoon of dried thyme. And I don't think there's even a tablespoon in there, so I'm just going to put all of that in there. You can use fresh thyme if you want to, or you can use the dried. And then a tablespoon of dried oregano. Okay, let me make sure I've got everything in here. 1/3 cup of paprika, 2 tablespoons of sea salt, 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of dried or fresh chopped thyme, and 1 tablespoon of dried oregano. So here is this one here. This smells really good. I wasn't really sure about this blackened seasoning, but I think this probably smells, y'all, I know y'all can't smell it, but I want y'all to see it. It's just, this is real smooth. Those I'm going to get the little lumps out of. So we've got 4 different seasonings here for grill season. Let me move this all back and get it lined up here. And I know Carla is going to text me the winner, but I'm going to show y'all just a little bit of these other seasonings that I like that you can certainly use or substitute. Let me get this out of the way. You've got your let's see, which one did I do first? You've got your chicken, you've got your steak, you've got your blackened seasoning, and you've got your rib rub. So here's your 4 seasonings that we did today. You think I would have had 4 bowls alike, and I did have 4 bowls alike, I just didn't get them out. So I want to just show y'all a few of the seasonings. I already showed you a couple, but I want to show you a few of them that I really like, that we use a lot. And they're not all Pampered Chef, they're different brands. But this one here is Kickin' Chicken Finger Lickin'. That's a mouthful. Kickin' Chicken Finger Lickin', and it's by the Gourmet Collection. The first one of these that I bought at Tuesday Morning, and I paid $5.99 for it. Well, you know, Tuesday Morning's going out of business, and I'm so bummed about it because it's one of my favorite stores ever. And so I go in there every time I'm in Longview, and I will till they close, which I think it's going to be next month. But, of course, they didn't have any more. So I went on Amazon and looked, and sure enough, you can buy it on Amazon, and it's $11 a bottle. So I tell y'all a lot that I shop discount, I shop bargain. Mary and I both do. And but I like this seasoning so well that I bought 4 bottles of it because I just really do like this on my chicken. And y'all know with my weight loss that I've been doing for the last few months, when you're not eating things that you used to eat, things that really satisfy the palate, and you know, you feel really good, and then you feel really bad because you ate it. Well, one of the big things about weight loss is you do not want to sacrifice flavor. And this right here is wonderful. So if any of y'all want to look this up, it is a 6.7 ounce bottle. It's a glass bottle. It's a spice blend, and it's by the Gourmet Kit Collection. They don't sponsor us. It's just it's a spice that I like, and you can find it on Amazon. So that's one of the things that I like. And one of our sweet followers sent us these, and this is Adobe. It's by Goya, and this is an all-purpose seasoning, and this is wonderful also. It smells so good, and this is great to put on different seasonings. I mean, to put on different dishes. And then I showed y'all this earlier. This is Kinder's, and I think this is out of California. It's mesquite, salt, and pepper. It's an old brand. They've been around since 1946. And this is really, smells really good. We use that also. And then I showed y'all the smoked sea salt. First time I bought this, I ordered it years ago. And then, you know, as the years and decades roll by, stores tend to carry more things than they used to. So now you can get this. I got it at our Walmart. I don't know if they're at all Walmarts or not, but this is a wonderful flavor. It's smoked sea salt, and it's just, it smells like it comes straight off the grill. And then that's parsley. That's generic. And then you've got Mike's favorite Pampered Chef spice is sweet basil. He loves it. He puts it on every pizza, spaghetti, lasagna. He puts it on any Italian dish that he fixes. I love, and I didn't even get the sweet basil out because I knew I wasn't going to use it, but I love the all-purpose dill. Y'all heard me say earlier. It just smells so wonderful. And for a dried spice, I mean, this is intense. It's really great. And I think that was Carla texted me. Now let's see if I can figure out how to get the text. That's my whole problem with this phone. Mike has a flip phone. I don't know how to work his flip phone. I may have to call her after this is over because I do not know how to work it. I thought I could see it, but anyway, I'll deal with that later. Smoky applewood. Again, this is it's a smoky flavor. It smells wonderful. It's something that, you know, if you didn't want to mix up all these seasonings here, these are some that are great that you can use. You know, pick and choose what you want to use. And then the smoky barbecue is also good. Now, these are not the only seasonings we have. These are my favorite seasonings with Pampered Chef. That's got a barbecue flavor to it, smell. And then chipotle. Anybody that loves anything with a kick to it loves chipotle. So this is chipotle. So I try to keep 2 or 3 extra ones of these on hand because I do like them so much and I use them a lot. So I wish that I could see this deal. I wish I knew. I thought I could get it, but I don't. Let's see here. Nope. Carla, I guess I'm going to have to catch it and come back on here and just post the winner for today. And the winner that is going to receive these 2 Pampered Chef spices. It's garlic parmesan, which this is excellent on spaghetti. If you're doing breadsticks or like garlicky bread, you could use it on pizza. You could use it on lasagna, any kind of Italian dish. And then I'm sending also one of my favorite, my chipotle. So the name that's called, when we call out the winner, I will need you to text me your address to my personal phone, 903-238-3993. And I will get this out in the mail to you, but I need it within 24 hours. I need your address within 24 hours. I'm going to see, well, I thought that was Mike coming in, but he's not coming in, so I was going to get him to show me how to do this. I thought for sure I could do it. I know how to work a smartphone. I don't know how to work these flip phones. So I guess I'm not that smart since I don't know how to work a flip phone, and that's all Mike will use. Anyway, thank y'all very much for joining me. I hope y'all have enjoyed this little quick session on grill seasonings. And I'm going to get these bagged up and labeled. And got to make a run over to town to take some of my pina colada muffins that I made over the weekend. And I'm taking a friend of mine some of these. And I will be making these live on our program here in a few days, so hope that y'all will like that. And if you want to see them better, Mike really did like them. And they were really moist and good. So last night yesterday I fixed potato soup. I fixed fresh bacon and chopped it to go on top, grated cheese to go on top. I fixed a salad, a really nice salad with a bunch of different things to go on the salad. And I fixed breadsticks and the Boston cream pie. So, of course, I only made one Boston cream pie, and we didn't want any dessert here. So, we had a bowl of soup and a salad for supper, and then Mike ate a cupcake for his dessert because I'm not eating desserts. So, thank y'all very much. I will come back on and announce the winner, and I apologize to Carla and also to y'all that I can't do it right now until I get off the phone and talk to her. But I will come back on just briefly and tell the winner, and then I will need the winner to get me your address like ASAP, preferably before the day's over, but you'll have 24 hours to get me your address, and you'll get these 2 spices in the mail from Pinky Malls. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see y'all tomorrow, Lord willing, at Mary's house. Be sure to be kind, and also always count your blessings, no matter what state you're in. There's always something to be thankful for. We were taught that all of our life, and I believe that with all my heart. It's not just something we say, it's something that we believe. And I believe that if you're kind to people, it's going to make your day go a whole lot better. And there may be times during the day you don't feel like being kind. You may get rubbed the wrong way. Someone may cut you off while you're driving. It happened to me 3 times going to Mary's the other day, but that doesn't mean that you still can't keep a good attitude and also be kind to people that you see when you're out and about, or if you're on the phone. And you know, sometimes when we're on the phone, it's so easy to get irritated because you're not face to face with that person. That does not give you a right to be, or me a right to be rude to that person because you're not face to face with them. Always put yourself in their shoes and wonder what kind of day they're having. And most of the time people go on the defensive when someone is rude to them. So it's makes your life a whole lot easier and makes you feel a lot better about yourself if you don't do that. So that's what I want to do. You know, when someone's rude to me, I don't want to bounce back and retaliate to them because they were rude to me. So that's my goal in life. I do not want to do that. I don't want to be the person that thinks that I've got to, y'all hear me say this a lot, get the last word again. And that's really, sometimes that's not easy to do, you know, because, who was it, when I travel with my work, I know who it was. There was a lady in the office that had a sign up that I always thought was funny. It said, "I would tell you you're right, but then we'd both be wrong." And you know, some people, it was comical to me, but some people just, you know, they can't apologize for the life. If they're wrong, they are not going to admit it, or either maybe they don't think they're wrong. But sometimes we're all wrong, and that includes myself. And I want to be that person that if I feel like I've done someone wrong, I want to be the bigger person and apologize to them. So enough of that. I will see y'all tomorrow with Mary, Lord willing, and have a wonderful day. I will get back on in just a minute and tell the winner that won the 2 spices. Thanks for joining me. Love y'all. God bless. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.